Hello, Joe here from Duck Quack 1. Am I allowed to be saying that? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, yes, this is a slightly different video to what I normally do. Rather than it being a game video, it is in fact going to be a tutorial video, so to speak, on capturing game audio when you're playing. I'll go through the procedure a bit and what equipment I've got and what I use. What I'll do first is I will show you what I'm talking about. Right, so 3 clips here. The first clip is Battlefield 1. It was the first ever game video I did, and I did it simply while using the PlayStation Share. So it hasn't, no capture cards, nothing, just save it on PlayStation, copy it to USB, stick it on your computer. Very good way of starting out to see if you actually enjoy what you're doing. So what I'll do is I'll just press play and just show you.
If I stay up for you...
Oh, no. I can definitely...
Right, so I'll just zoom in. As you can see, one audio track. Now on this audio is the gameplay, it's my voice and it's Alex's voice. So good for starting out, but not ideal when you're editing, because sometimes you need to have it separated so you can adjust the audio, make it sound better. This second clip is when I picked up my Hauppauge or however the hell you say it. It's a game capture unit. I'll just press play and show you.
What you got?
M249 Bravo.
A classic AK-47.
Right then, so on this one, you've got you've got 3 audio tracks on this one. The first one is the game audio and Alex's voice. The second one is my voice. The third one is blank, and I'll go to that one in a second. Now, again, better, so I can adjust my voice. I can make it louder or quieter, which some people would probably argue is the best way to go. But again, not ideal because Alex's voice is blended in with the game audio. And the issue with that is, if there's explosions, gunfire, loud music, anything, his voice gets drowned out. And I can't tweak it without affecting the whole game audio, so it messes everything up. So, not ideal. And that is how it was standard. When I plugged everything in and set everything up, my voice is recorded on a microphone which is plugged into my PC. Obviously I chat to Alex via I use the PlayStation camera mic to talk to Alex. But so it's not ideal. Now I'm going to bring you to the final one. Now, this is the video that I'm going to be showing you, hopefully, on how to do. So if I just press play.
He's down. Can you raise yourself with that? No.
Right, so as you can see here, you can see the waveforms. Now the top one is just game audio. So if I turn that off, just show you.
Can you raise yourself with that?
Right, so here's my voice and here is Alex's voice. Ta-da! Now, on this, it is so much better because you can turn the volume up on each one, turn it down so it doesn't get too loud for people's ears. And also it helps if sometimes you can move them around a bit. So there's a lot of gunfire going on here, explosions, more gunfire. Now if me and him are talking on this bit, you can't, even if we turned our volume right up, you won't be able to hear us. So if it's not related to the game, it's just us talking crap like we normally do, you could probably get away with moving it to somewhere like here where not a lot's going on, just so it can be heard. So I'm going to show you now what I use to do this. Okay, so I've drawn you a diagram. Well, you can see a white screen in front of you, but bear with me. So we're going to go through the things that we need. First of all, you need your PlayStation, obviously, because you're capturing video from it. And you'll also need a monitor to go with that, or TV, or anything similar, to view what you're actually playing, which you should hopefully already have. Then you will need your game capture device. Now I use the Hauppauge. Mine is the HD PVR 2 Gamers Edition Plus. Now the Plus, I believe the only real difference is it's got optical input, which worked out handy for me, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Then you need, I personally use for headphones, for the game audio, is the Turtle Beach PX4. And they're a wireless headset, decent surround sound. And there's the little unit that it comes with. You'll also need a PC and your control pad and the single earpiece chat cable, any sort of earbud It doesn't have to have a microphone on, but again I'll tell you why in a minute. And you also need a chat cable. Right, you are looking at all those things and thinking, oh my god, this is an absolute nightmare. Well, yes, it was. It took me a while to fathom it out, but I did it. So this diagram, I'm going to show you how to hardwire everything. And then afterwards, I'll tell you about the settings I was using. So, first things first. The red line, that is HDMI. The Hauppauge, the other game capture cards or units out there all operate on the same basic premise. You plug your PlayStation or console into the input, and the output goes to your monitor. It's like a run through. So plug your PlayStation via HDMI into the back of the Hauppauge, and the Hauppauge or whatever you're using into the back of your monitor with 2 different HDMI cables. That's number 1 sorted. Easy so far, yeah? Right, now this next bit obviously is unique to me in the sense of I'm using this particular headset. So for me, the green is the optical cables. Now, rather than running the optical cable straight from the PlayStation, I found that cancelled out the audio because of the settings you have to use for it. Again, I'll go through those in a bit. So what I did was, I've basically run the audio from my telly, my monitor. The optical out goes into the box for my headphones, and then it comes out of the box into the Hauppauge. So basically the same as Hauppauge, it's a run through. So that unit is now receiving the optical audio and then basically transmitting it to the Hauppauge. Okay? Now basically what that does is that will capture all of the audio. So if you set the game audio to chat and game audio by the PlayStation settings, that was the second video I showed you. That's what this will generate. This will create a video which allows you to capture the game audio and chat audio as one audio file by doing that. Now, what you do next is, if you want to get them separate, hardwiring wise, your PlayStation controller, you need to get a chat cable. Now, I know Hauppauge do them and Elgato, they have their own cables and they're quite expensive because of course they've got the brand name on. Right, so if you go onto eBay and you just search for is it AU? Ah, there we go. Hauppauge. Just type for Hauppauge chat, and then obviously these are all things. Oh, that's the one I've got. By blimey, I did get it cheap. I think I got mine for 40 quid off eBay. Ha! Win. Right, scroll down. Oh, there we go. Right, okay. £9.95, free postage. This is what you need. Now, this says it's Elgato, Hauppauge, Avamid, Roxo, Hop Century, Razor. Now, a lot of people have said, well, surely you can't use them unless they're officially branded. Well, I can't see why, because it's just an audio run-through. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, I apologise. But I've got one of these, I can vouch for them. On my Hauppauge, it works absolutely fine. So, you plug that into your PlayStation controller, the one end, and then you plug the earbud into the other female connection. Then the other male connection you plug into your PC via the line in. That's very important. So basically, that is how to wire up your system. It isn't actually that much wires when you break it down. Then what you can do is, you can put the earbud in your ear, then the headphones over the top. Now providing you've got a low profile earbud, it doesn't actually touch the headphones, so it's not uncomfortable. And finally, you're going to need a decent microphone. It's got to be a USB plug-in one. I'm not going to put it on the diagram because, let's be honest, you literally just plug it into your PC via USB. I use the Snowball Ice Blue microphone. I'm actually using it now to do this tutorial. Very cheap, decent quality, but this is what allows you to capture your voice on the game audio. Very important, otherwise you won't be able to hear yourself. Which finally brings us to the settings. Okay, so you're in your PlayStation settings. First of all, you go down to sound and screen, audio output settings. Now make sure that's on HDMI out. Now mine's on bitstream Dolby, I don't know if that makes any difference, but HDMI is the one you need to be in. That means that all the audio from the PlayStation is being put out via the HDMI, which is obviously plugged into your Hauppauge and then plugged into your monitor. So your monitor is receiving the HDMI sound. Then you take yourself down to devices, audio devices, right. Now the input device on mine, I put mine from a PlayStation camera. That's how Alex or anybody's going to hear me speaking. I'm assuming that you can use the the microphone on the audio buds you've got if you're using the PlayStation one. I shouldn't think that'll make much difference. Output device is TV or amplifier. Now this is greyed out because I don't have any headphones plugged in, but you need to make sure that the output to headphones is chat audio only. Basically what that means is, because you are going to be plugging your earbud into your PlayStation controller, that the chat audio is the only thing that's going to come through the earbud. So those earbuds will be able to hear the chat and chat only. Right, so now you've sorted your PlayStation settings out. Now you've sorted your PC settings out. By PC settings, I don't mean the Hauppauge settings just yet. Basically, if you want to hear what Alex is saying, because you've got the lead plugged into your line in, you need to go on to recording. So back down here, obviously different windows, different things, but down here, right click on the speakers icon, click on recording devices. Right, now as you can see here, the microphone is recording, but line in, this is where the audio is going to be coming in through the chat speak. You right click on that and click on properties, and this is important, otherwise it won't record this audio. You go on to next to general, it says listen. Right, if you press list, if you click on that, listen to this device. Basically, if Alex was talking now on my PlayStation, even though my PlayStation isn't on the monitor at this time, I can't hear any of the audio, I would hear Alex speaking via my PC speakers, because it's listening to what it's saying and it's showing you what is being said. And it's important that you select this option. Okay, so you press OK, make sure that's OK. Right, now I've started the Hauppauge capture. This is the device that captures the video from the PlayStation. In a minute you should see the PlayStation video appear. There we go. Right, so obviously it's where I left it. Right, now, so basically what this is here is the settings for the Hauppauge. Now I haven't used the Elgato or any of the capture devices. I'm assuming they're all pretty much the same. Okay, so I'm not going to be talking about the video quality or anything like that. We're not here to discuss that. Right, the audio in on mine is basically the optical cable, because that's where I'm recording the audio from. Don't forget, I've got the monitor to the PX4 transmission box and that box to the Hauppauge, so it's recording from the optical cable. I'm assuming that you can do this the same way as by using the HDMI in, because the general idea behind it is the same. It's just a run through. I think just optical will give you slightly better quality audio. You come down to mic, the microphone. You need to make sure that you've got the microphone selected. So obviously I'm using the Blue Snowball microphone. Right, now, games, the game audio, voice is the microphone. So the PC audio is basically what the PC hears. So if you're playing music or a video or whatever, it's going to capture it. But what's playing? The chat audio from the PlayStation, because you selected the listen to this device option, which means that the PC is going to record that audio. Now, if you go into advanced and you go to audio encoder, use multiple audio tracks for recordings. Now, as when I showed you at the start of the video, you've got the 3 audio tracks. The top one is the game audio, the middle one is my audio, which has been recorded by the microphone, and the third one is the line in audio being captured by the PC. So it actually records it all together on 3 separate tracks. So there you have it. With the minimum amount of effort, although it took me quite a while. If there's another tutorial out there that tells you exactly the same thing, I apologise, because I couldn't find it. That's why I decided to do this audio tutorial. So basically, well, what I've just showed you, you can capture game audio, your voice, chat audio, 3 separate audio tracks on one video. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you found it in any way useful, please give the video a like, comment below. If you've got any questions, I will try and answer them as best as I can. Also, check out our other videos. If you enjoy gaming videos and big kids messing around, taking the mick out of each other's mums, please subscribe. There are more coming, I promise. At the time of making this tutorial, there are 2 videos online. We've got 1 subscriber. It's probably a friend or family member, but there are more coming, I promise. We love to play the games. We love editing them, but it's a long process. So yeah, subscribe if you enjoy that kind of thing. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Like I said, I hope you found it some way useful, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.